Hi yogis, I'm Kriskaya with Dual Sky Yoga. Thanks for tuning in. Today's practice will focus on grounding ourselves. Many times our mind is flitting about and we neglect to stay in the present moment and ground ourselves in that moment. So today's practice will focus a little bit on that. So come to sit in Baddha Konasana with the soles of the feet together and the spine is nice and tall. Your hands can be on your ankles or anywhere that they feel comfortable. And sit nice and tall, grounding down through your sits bones, that's the bony parts underneath the pelvis, and lifting up through the crown of the head. So Tadasana spine here. If this is uncomfortable, you can place blocks underneath the knees. Otherwise, ground down through your sits bones and lift up through the crown of the head. The breath is slow and steady. The shoulders are relaxed down away from the ears. And then gently begin to flap your knees like a slow motion of a butterfly. And notice if there's any tightness in the area where the thigh connects with the hip bone. And if so, that's okay. Just be aware of it. The breath is still moving, nice and steady. And then come back through to stillness. Reach the chest up, inhale, lift the gaze. And as you exhale, walk the hands forward slightly. And don't take it too far forward. Even if you can bring your forearms down to the ground, just stay on your fingertips. Keep the spine nice and long. Inhale. And as you exhale, roll yourself back up. Open the legs wide. And lift yourself up. Bring your hands behind you. Lift up a little bit and see if you can remove the flesh away from the sits bones and come to sit once again nice and tall. Press through the heels, spread the toes. Inhale, reach both arms up. And as you exhale, drop the right hand down and reach that left arm up and over your head. Try not to dump into that left shoulder. Keep the chest opening. Keep the gaze lifted if it's comfortable. If not, you can look down. As you reach with that left hand over towards the right, ground down through the left sits bone. So try not to lift and keep those legs nice and active. So you're pressing through the heel, the toes are spread, the legs are glued down to the ground. Inhale and exhale. Engage the low belly as you inhale, lift both arms up, lift the gaze. And exhale over to the left. Again, keep that connection with the legs and the ground. This time, making sure to ground down through the right sits bone as the right arm comes up and over. Big inhale, smooth exhale. And on the inhalation, bring both arms up once again, lift the gaze. And as you exhale, begin to fold forward. Again, take it easy. Even if you can come further down, just maintain a nice long spine. Big inhale, you start to notice some release on the inside of the thighs, the groin area. And on the exhalation, roll yourself back up. Come to tabletop. Wrists under the shoulders, knees under the hips. And begin taking a few cat-cows here. As you inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart, lift the gaze. Make sure the fingers are grounding down into the mat. As you exhale, press into the hands to curve the spine, tuck the chin. Keep moving through cat-cow on your own, trying to match the movement with the breath. And as you go through these motions, bring the attention inward. Feel the connection of the earth, the mat, with the points of contact with your body. The hands and the fingers. The knees, the shins are pressing down into the mat. The tops of the feet are pressing down into the mat. Spread the toes. And then after your next cat back, come back to a neutral spine. Bring the big toes to touch. Spread the knees wide. Sink the hips back onto the heels as you reach the arms forward and lower the forehead to the mat, coming into child's pose. Make this an active child's pose with the hands reaching forward, the fingers are spread. And you're pressing into the entire circumference of the hand, especially the webbing in between the forefinger and the thumb. Spin the biceps in towards the ears. Take a big inhalation. And on the exhalation, tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back. Come into your first downward facing dog here. Reach the hips up, press the thighs back. If you feel any discomfort in this pose, bend the knees slightly. So if you have any tightness in the backs of the legs, your hamstrings, you can bend the knees. The heels do not have to touch the ground, and you can create some movement here in your down dog if you like, if you want to take a few twists, pedaling the legs. Come back to the stillness wherever you are. Relax the head. Shake it yes, shake it no. Inhale, float forward to plank. In plank, we're like a plank of wood. We want to be in a straight line here. So the low belly is drawing back towards the spine. You're reaching the heels back, but the chest is coming forward. Opposite actions. Inhale, press into the hands. As you exhale, downward facing. So notice how the length of your down dog is the length of your plank, and vice versa. So try, when you go back and forth through these poses, try to maintain the feet and the hands where they are in down dog. Inhale. And exhale, back down dog. Reach the right leg up and back. Inhale, bring the right knee in towards the nose as you glide forward to plank. Lift up. And exhale, drop that right foot down, coming into a low lunge. Reach the chest forward. Right hip is coming back in space so it lines up with the left. Squeeze the thighs together. Try not to dump too much weight on those hands or on that front leg. Big inhale. As you exhale, step that foot back to plank pose. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing. Right leg comes up and back. Inhale, left leg comes up and back. Bring the left knee in towards the nose, coming into plank. Lift up. And on the exhalation, plant that left foot down in between the hands. Low lunge. On the fingertips, lift the gaze. Look straight ahead. Even out the hips, squeeze the thighs together. There's a sense of buoyancy here. Big inhale. As you exhale, left foot meets the right, plank pose. Inhale. Knees up or down as you exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Bring the forearms down onto the mat, lifting the chest up, elbows underneath the shoulders, coming into Sphinx pose. Legs are nice and long, and chest is reaching forward. Look straight ahead. Knees are lifting up off the mat as the legs are engaged. Once again, points of contact here, tops of the feet, grounding down into the mat, hands grounding down into the mat. thighs, the hips, even the belly. Big inhale. And as you exhale, tuck the toes and lift into forearm plank. Big inhale. And exhale, slowly lower back down to Sphinx pose. Come down onto the ground and slide the hands alongside the low ribs. Keep the legs engaged, knees are lifting. Inhale, reach the chest forward and up, coming into a baby cobra. And exhale, release. You can take that one more time or bring the hands further out off of the mat onto the fingers as you inhale, coming into a high cobra. And exhale, release down. Once again, hands are underneath, right by the low ribs. Either of those two back bends will work, or if you'd like to go ahead and try upward facing dog on an inhalation, straighten the arms and come up off the ground. Once again, points of contact here are just the hands and the tops of the feet. Everything else is lifting. Chest is coming forward, gaze is forward, inhale. Exhale, glide back, down dog. Bend the right knee. And begin twisting to the left as you reach the right hand over towards the left leg. Inhale. And exhale, come back to down dog. Inhale. Exhale, bend the left knee and reach the left hand over to the right leg. Big inhale. And exhale, downward facing. Take an inhale here. And on the exhalation, walk the hands back towards the feet. Bend the knees slightly, grab elbows, and just hang down here for a few breaths. You're connected to the ground with the feet and the toes. Your torso is heavy over the legs. Inhale. And as you exhale, gently begin to walk the hands forward once again. You can stay here in your downward facing dog, or you can take a vinyasa. A vinyasa is a flow coming forward to plank, lowering to chaturanga, and taking any back bend you like. And coming back to downward facing dog, using the breath for every movement. Inhale, come high in the balls of the feet, bend the knees, lift the gaze. Bottom of the exhale, make your way to the top of the mat. Inhale, come halfway up, plant the hands on the shins or blocks, reach the elbows, the shoulders away from the ears, and exhale, release down. Inhale, halfway up once again. You can also bend the knees a little bit, and exhale, fold forward. Spread the toes, ground the feet down into the earth, bend the knees, and root to rise. As you press into the feet, lift the arms up, inhale, palms touch, and exhale to Tadasana. The epitome of a grounding sensation here is our mountain pose. Check your toes, spread them, lift them up, place them back down. You want to have about a hip distance between the feet. That's about a fist or two fists or a fist and a half. Tailbone is reaching down towards the heels. Energy is coming up through the legs, all the way up the body. If you prefer, you can have your arms alongside the body, palms facing out. Shoulders are relaxed, and you're nice and tall here. Like a mountain. Stacking the ears over the shoulders, shoulders over hips, and the hips over heels. As we begin our sun salutations, if you prefer to use blocks, go right ahead, but when we step back into plank, we move the blocks off to the sides. Let's begin. Inhale, lift the arms. Perhaps take a back bend, lift the gaze. As you exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. You can bend the knees on the way down. Inhale, lift, coming into a flat back, plant the hands. And as you exhale, step the right foot back. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, plant the hands. Step back, downward facing dog. Your choice, staying here or taking a flow. Plank pose on the inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Inhale into your back bend. And then exhale, back down dog. Keep moving, right leg comes up and back. Right knee comes forward towards the nose, lift up. Plant that right foot down as you inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, lower the hands down, step forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, release. Root down to rise as you inhale, lift the arms. Palms can come together. Exhale, hands down in front of the heart. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway. And exhale, step the left foot back. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, plant the hands. Go back to down dog first. Stay here or inhale, plank pose. Exhale, knees up or down, chaturanga. Inhale into your back bend. You can change it up. And exhale, downward facing dog. Same side as you inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, bring the knee to nose, planting that left foot down. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, plant the hands, step forward. Inhale, come halfway up, flat back. Exhale, release. Root down to rise, bend the knees, press into the feet. Inhale, lift up, palm stretch. Exhale, Tadasana. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale to Chaturanga or go to plank first. Inhaling into your back bend. And exhaling back to down dog. Or will be for 5 breaths. Or you can take a child's pose. Slow and steady inhale. Slow and steady exhale. Bring the attention inward, focusing on, once again, the points of contact with the mat. Your fingers, your hands, your toes, maybe your whole feet, although they don't need to come all the way down. Inhale, come high, the balls of the feet, bend the knees, lift the gaze. Exhale, walk or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, release. Inhale, root down to rise, palms come together. As you exhale, Tadasana. Take 3 breaths here in your mountain pose. Again, trying not to lose the awareness of your connection with the ground. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come halfway. As you exhale, step back to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg up. This time bend the knee and take a little twist here. So opening that left hip out towards the left. Another inhale. As you exhale, bring the left knee in towards the nose, coming into plank, and then plant that left foot down. Set yourself up for lunge. And then inhale, lift both arms up. So high lunge. You're always welcome to lower that right knee down as well. And try to stack that left knee over the right, over the left knee over the ankle. Big inhale. As you exhale, straighten that left leg. Maybe that right foot comes down to the ground. Inhale, nice and long. And exhale, bend the left knee. You could always bring the hands in front of the heart. If your arms get tired, inhale, straighten the leg. And exhale, bend that knee. Another big inhalation, reach up, long spine, long sides of the body. And as you exhale, left hand comes onto the hip and right hand comes down to the ground or a block as you twist to the left. Again, you can always lower that right knee down. Glide that left hip back in space guiding it with your hand, your left hand. Stay here or inhale, lift the left arm. Resist the twist here with that left hip. Keep bringing it back into center in line with the right. Inhale. As you exhale, drop that left hand down to frame the foot. And then begin to walk the hands out towards the right, so parallel both of the feet. Inhale, lift the chest, come into a flat back. And as you exhale, begin to lower down into a Prasarita Padottanasana, wide-legged forward fold. You can use blocks if you like. Hands can be in line with the feet, or you can reach them straight back behind you, or you can grab onto your feet, whatever works in this pose. Try to keep the spine nice and long. Inhale, come up halfway. This time plant the left hand down underneath the face. As you exhale, take a twist to the right, lift the right arm up. Big inhale. As you exhale, lower the right hand down, switch sides, inhale. And then exhale, twist left. Big inhale. And as you exhale, lower both hands down once again. Lower the head down. You can bend the knees slightly if you like. Keep the eyes open. Set your drishti. Inhale, halfway up. This time as you exhale, begin to turn both of the feet towards the back of the mat, towards the right here, as you come into a low lunge facing the back of the mat. Inhale, reach both arms up. Once again, you can lower that back leg, the back knee. And exhale here. Inhale, straighten the right leg. And exhale, lunge. Inhale, straighten. And exhale, lunge. Inhale, straighten. And exhale to lunge. Another big inhale, reach up, lift the gaze. Exhale, drop the left hand down as the right hand comes onto the hip and twist to the right. Resisting the twist with that right hip, bring the right hip back, guiding it back with the hand. Squeeze the thighs together, big inhale, stay here. Or exhale, lift the right arm up. Your gaze can be wherever it's comfortable. You can look up towards that hand, or you can look down, or you can keep the gaze over to the right. Big inhale. Exhale, lower that right hand down, and then begin walking the hands back towards the front of the mat as you turn the feet forward into a lunge, now facing the top of the mat. Inhale, and exhale back to downward facing dog. Your choice to stay here or take a vinyasa.
Slow and steady inhale. Slow and steady exhale, continuing to be aware of your connection to the ground, to the mat, to the earth. Allowing the energy to come up from the ground into the hands and the arms, up through the feet and the legs. Left leg up and back, inhale, bend the knee. Left foot comes forward, plant that left foot down, plant the right heel down, hips are forward, and then inhale, lift up, coming into warrior one. In your warrior one pose, you can shorten the stance a little bit. Keep lifting up through the sides of the body. Maybe lift the gaze, maybe the palms come together. Stay with it. Big inhale. This time as you exhale, bring the hands behind you, reach the chest forward, clasp the hands behind you, reaching the shoulders away from the ears, and then drop down a little bit more so that left shoulder is just grazing the left knee. Inhale. As you exhale, drop the hands down, come onto fingertips, and straighten that left leg. Flat back, so draw the navel back towards the spine, reach the crown of the head forward as both hips come back into space. You can stay here, or on an exhalation, go ahead and continue to fold. Big inhale. Exhale here. Inhale, halfway up, bend the knee. And exhale. This time, inhale, come back into warrior one, lift the hands. As you exhale, you might need to move the feet around a little bit. Open out warrior two. Big inhale. Smooth exhale. Bring both arms up, straighten the left leg. Parallel both of the feet and begin to turn the feet towards the back of the mat. So you want to try and set up here for warrior one, facing the back of the mat. So that left heel is down, but the toes are kind of at a 45-degree angle. Right foot is at a 90-degree angle, so the sides of the mat are parallel to the sides of your feet. Inhale here, and exhale, lunge into that right knee. Inhale, lift up, lift the gaze, maybe palms touch. And as you exhale, maybe take a little back bend here. Big inhale. As you exhale, hands come back behind you, clasping the hands together, reaching the hands away from the body, coming into a humble warrior. Inhale. Exhale, begin to bow down, maybe grazing that right shoulder with the right knee. Big inhale. Exhale, lower the hands down, coming onto fingertips or blocks, and straighten that right leg. As you inhale, flat back. And exhale, stay here for a few breaths. And when you're ready, or you can just stay here if you prefer, take another inhalation. And as you exhale, fold over the right leg. Maybe reaching the hands forward, staying on fingertips or blocks. Even the hips out. If that hamstring is screaming at you, then just go bend the knee a little bit. Inhale, bend the knee, come back to a flat back. Exhale here. Inhale, reach both arms up, warrior one. And as you exhale, fix your stance to come into warrior two. So when I say fix your stance, I mean you want your right heel to be in front of your left arch. And we're going to go ahead and start turning over towards the front of the mat. As you inhale, straighten the arms, straighten the legs, and begin to pivot the feet towards the front of the mat. Take an inhalation, lift up. And as you exhale, bend the knee, plant the hands, go back to down dog. Staying here, your downward facing dog, or take your vinyasa. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale into your back bend. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Slow and steady inhale. We'll be here for 5 breaths. Slow and steady exhale. It's usually when we are in moments of stillness that the mind begins to wander away from us, moving us away from the present moment. So bring it back, and once again, focus inward, the sensations of the body, the connection to the mat, the breath. Left leg comes up and back, inhale. As you exhale, plant the left foot forward. Inhale, lift both arms up. Exhale, open out, warrior two. Bring the hands onto the hips, straighten the left leg, and parallel your feet. Turn both feet out towards the corners of the mat. And inhale, lift both arms out to a V, so you look like a star. Inhale. As you exhale, bend the elbows, bend both of the knees, coming into goddess. Inhale, press up, 5-pointed star. Lift the gaze, open the chest. And exhale, lunge into both knees. Bend both elbows. Once again, inhale, lift up. And exhale, goddess pose. Staying here or maybe swaying side to side. Take an inhalation. As you exhale, drop that right forearm to the right knee and lift the left arm up and over. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, left forearm to left knee, up and over. Inhale, lift up. And this time, drop the hands down onto the knees. Take another inhale, nice and tall spine. Exhale, drop the right shoulder down. Inhale to rise. And exhale, other side. Inhale, lift up. And as you exhale, come out of the pose, straightening the hands and turning both feet forward once again. Inhale, lift the arms. And as you exhale, plant the hands, bend that left knee, come back to downward facing. Staying here or take your final vinyasa. Inhale forward. Exhale, lower down. Inhale to a back bend, and then exhale, downward facing dog. Take 5 breaths. Fingers are spread, toes are spread, eyes wide open. Come high in the balls of the feet, bend the knees, lift the gaze. On the exhale, make your way to the front of the mat. Inhale, come halfway up. And exhale, release down. Root down to rise, bend the knees, lift the arms, come up, Tadasana. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. Bring the hands onto the hips and take a wide step. Take a wide stance on the mat facing the side of the mat. It doesn't really matter which side, I guess, whichever side you can see the video. Okay. We're moving into a yogi squat malasana. So there's a few options here. You can either just do goddess like we did before, or if you feel like your ankles, your heels don't come all the way down, you can place a blanket, rolled up blanket underneath. Okay? So turn the feet out towards the corners of the mat. Start with the hands in front of the heart. Take a big inhale. And as you exhale, slowly begin to come down. And you'll notice that you might need to adjust your stance. Mine was too wide. So I adjusted my stance. I brought my heels in a little closer, but I still have my feet out towards the side. So they're at an angle, not straight. And don't dump down forward with the torso. Keep the torso nice and lifted. The knees, the elbows will be inside the knees. And don't just dip down onto the hips. Create a lift, right? Down from your root all the way up through the spine. Again, you can stay here or maybe sway side to side or stay in stillness. Grounding down through your feet and lifting the crown of the head. Big inhale. As you exhale, drop the right hand down onto the ground and open out to the left. Lift that left arm up, twist left. Inhale back through center. And exhale, drop the left hand down, open out, lift the right arm up and over, twist right. Inhale, center. And as you exhale, drop both hands down, straighten the legs, parallel the feet, and just shake it out a little bit. Come to the front of the mat. You're in a forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. And as you exhale, plant the hands down and come back into tabletop. Take a few cat cows here. As you inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest. And exhale, curve the spine, tuck the chin. And then sit back on your heels. Reach both legs forward. Bend the right knee. Keep the left leg nice and straight. Press through the heels. Inhale, lift the arms. And as you exhale, take a gentle twist to the right. Maybe hugging that right knee in. Right hand comes behind you on fingertips or blocks. And make sure that left leg is grounding down. So you want to feel a connection. The entire back of the leg, except maybe a little space underneath the knee to the ground. Inhale to unwind, lift the arms. And as you exhale, a little counter twist here, that right arm on the inside of the knee this time. Inhale, reach up, straighten the right leg, grow nice and tall. And as you exhale, begin to fold forward over the legs. You can use your strap or grab onto any part of the legs or the feet. Keep your spine nice and tall. Keep the spine nice and long. So reach the crown of the head towards the toes. On the inhalation, roll yourself up. Bend the left knee. Inhale, arms come up. As you exhale, take a twist to the left. Press through that heel. Inhale, slowly come back, unwind. And as you exhale, take a counter twist to the right. Inhale, arms come up. And as you exhale, release the hands down, straighten both of the legs. We're going to come onto our backs. Your choice if you want to join me on a ride on the boat all the way down, or you can just come straight down. Bend the knees, come onto the toes, and reach both arms forward. Take an inhale, Chest comes forward. As you exhale, lift both of the legs. Keep the knees bent, or you can straighten the legs. Big inhale. As you exhale on the count of 5, we'll come down and straighten the body. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knees. Bring the heels a little bit closer in towards the hips as you plant the hands down on the ground. Take an inhalation and exhale. On the next inhale, lift the hips up, coming into bridge pose, reaching the shoulder blades underneath the back, maybe clasping the hands underneath. Try not to let the knees open out to the side. Keep the knees facing forward, keep the thighs spinning in. Big inhale. As you exhale, one vertebrae at a time, lower down. Bring the soles of the feet together, open the knees out towards the sides, and place one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. Take a few breaths here. And then slowly bring the knees back in towards each other. As you bring the knees in towards the chest and take a little sway here side to side. Or if you want to take a happy baby, go ahead and grab onto the outsides of the feet. And once again, staying in stillness or swaying side to side. Coming back through stillness. Knees come in towards the chest. Inhale, lift the forehead up towards the knees. And as you exhale, reach everything down onto the ground, coming into Shavasana. We'll be here for just a few moments. If you want to take a longer Shavasana, pause the video and go ahead and take your well-deserved Shavasana. Inhale through the nose and exhale. Let everything go. Go ahead and begin to wiggle the toes and the fingers. Inhale, both arms up and overhead. Stretch, full body stretch. Exhale out the mouth as the arms come down alongside the body. Bending the knees and gently rolling over to any side. Use your arm as a pillow. Just take a moment here to thank yourself for rolling out your mat today. Pressing into the palms to gently come up to any seated position. Hands come together in front of the heart. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be peaceful. May you be filled with joy. Thank you so much for tuning in. Namaste.